What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Nash here. Welcome back to the channel. And today, as you guys can tell, I know that the lighting is shit. Actually, let me try and move up a little bit. Hang on a second, guys. There's something wrong with my setup here. Come on. Thank you. Sorry, guys. I've been having some problems with my setup here for quite some time now. All right, let me adjust the camera. Okay, I think I'm good. Hang on. There we go. All right, I think I'm okay. All right, you guys. Sorry about that. Sorry for that weird intermission. So today, as you guys can tell, I know that my lighting is a little fucked up now, but I have my updated Destiny Hero deck profile for you guys for the October 2020 format post-September ban list. So there's really nothing too crazy about this version. The only change that I made was the extra deck, and I took out a few cards in the main deck. I actually took out 10 cards, so instead of it being a 60, I turned it into a 50 build. So without any further ado, let's get into the deck profile. And as you guys could tell, I am starting off with 3 Solid Soldier, 3 Elemental Hero Stratos, and also 2 copies of Elemental Hero Shadow Mist. Solid Soldier is good because when you normal summon him, you can summon pretty much any hero you want from your hand at literally any hero except this card, and you can special summon him. So in this case, if you have these 2 in your hand, you could normal summon Solid Soldier, activates effect, special summon Stratos, and you can easily get out Mass Change, which would then either give you Dark Law or even a Mass Hero Diane, both of which I am running, which I'll explain when I get to the extra deck. And then of course too, if he is sent to the grave by way of a spell. So if by instance he's used for, as a mass change target, which is mostly what you want to do, you can target any hero you want from your graveyard and special summon it, which is absolutely nuts. So he is just that good. And some people will say that he's better off at 2. I completely disagree because with this deck, with this version anyway, you want to maximize, setting up your board full of cards from your extra deck and just essentially attack for game. So that's why I'm running 3 copies. Stratos, and then of course Elemental Hero Stratos. I don't even need to say anything. Okay, this card is a fucking Rhoda. It's a reinforcement of the army. You get a search. There's nothing to say about this. And then of course Shadow Mist. I talked about it, just a second ago. When it's special summon, you can get Mass Change to your hand. So definitely these cards are a must in the deck. Now on to the Destiny heroes. First up, for the level 5, 6, and 8-star monsters, I am running pretty much the same as before. So I have 1 Dreadmaster, 1 Dogma, 1 Plasma, 2 copies of Malicious, and then only 1 copy of Dynatag. The reason why I'm only running 1 copy of Dynatag is because it's an excellent target for this card, which I will show off here right now, Destiny Hero Drill Dark. Because if you guys don't know, when he is normal or special summon, you can summon any Destiny hero that has at least 1600 attack or less. In this case, you can summon Dynatag in defense mode, and you can use Dynatag as a poly target, or even also a mass change target, and go into Dark Law or whatever. So that's why I'm running the 1 copy of Dynatag. Destiny Hero Malicious is another really good fusion target. It's another great mass change target. Super busted, really cool. These 2, Dogma and Plasma, they're there for the effects of Dusktopia, which I'll explain later on once I get to the extra deck. And Dreadmaster, you actually want to summon Dreadmaster as quickly as you can, because with him, he can essentially attack for game. So you can break your opponent's board with the cards in your extra deck, and then attack for game with Dry Master. So definitely, this lineup is a must. Again, Drill Dart. Going again, with Solid Soldier, if you normal summon him, you can trigger his effect. Special summon Drill Dart, activate his effect, and summon any Destiny hero that has 1600 attack or less. So you can go into Dynatag, Malicious, or even also you can also go into these cards, which I will show off here right now. Give me a second. Guys, I am sorry, my setup has been so weird. So next up, one copy of Destiny Hero Decider, one copy of Destiny Hero Celestial, and 3 copies of Destiny Hero Diamond Dude. And then for the rest of the monsters, I have 2 copies of Dreamer, 2 Dark Angel, and 1 Disc Commander. So again, with Drill Dart, you can summon pretty much any of these because Decider has 1600, Celestial has 1600, Diamond Dude has 1400, and all of these have 0, I believe. Yes. Both Dreamer and Dark Angel have 0 attack. Disc Commander has 300, but you want to use Disc Commander as a target for Destiny Draw, which I'm going to be showing off here in a second. So you can get the +2, and then later on in the match, you can, if you special summon him back from the graveyard, like say with the effects of Solid Soldier, you can special summon him in defense mode and get another +2. So essentially, it's a +4 at that stage. Decider is mainly there as a recycler, so you can recycle your Destiny heroes back. You can recycle pretty much any hero you want from your graveyard back to your hand. So this card is just really good for that particular reason. Celestial is there mainly for its graveyard effect where you can banish him, and I think another hero, and I think another Destiny hero, and you get to draw 2 cards. Diamond Dude is another way, is a great way to just mill your deck of normal spells, and if you do mill a normal spell, you can activate it next round, which is really cool. Dreamer, and then of course Dreamer. What's cool about Destiny Hero Dreamer is that he can essentially he's essentially a Necro Gardener for Destiny Heroes. So if he's in your graveyard, you can special summon him in defense mode to I believe to end the battle phase, I think, isn't it? Let me take a look. Let me take a look at this effect. Okay, so it doesn't really end the battle phase. It just has the same Necro Gardener effect where that monster can't attack and you take no battle damage, basically. So he's really cool. Dark Angel is cool because you get to basically rearrange your deck. So he's really good for that. And then Disc Commander, I mentioned it. It's a +2. So that's pretty much it for the monster lineup. For the spell lineup, I have 3 copies of Destiny Draw, which is basically a Pot of Greed for the deck. Really, really good. I'm only running 2 copies of this instead, just because because of the fact that there are so many other cards that allow you to special summon, and you don't want to overdo it. No pun intended. 2 copies of Over Destiny. So you want to use this card for your level 8 targets. That way you can special summon Drill Dart from your deck, activate Drill Dart's effect, and then just go into your link plays or whatever. And that's why I'm only running 2 copies of this. And then for the rest of the cards, for the rest of the spells, I have the 1 Clock Tower Prison, the 1 Dark City, and essentially what's crazy is that you would think that you would need terraforming to get these out. Wrong. You actually don't need them. And the reason why is because you're running cards like Destiny Draw and also Disc Commander and whatnot. You're literally guaranteed to see these potentially in your opening hand. That's why you don't need that. That's why Terraforming is not in the deck. And then of course also the one copy of Monster Reborn, just because it's an excellent extender, another really great way to get off your link plays and whatnot, to make your boards and essentially attack per game. Now moving on to the fusion spell, so I actually have quite a few. So first up, I have 2 copies of Refusion. What's interesting about Refusion is that this card cannot be used to summon your Masked Heroes. That's the only downside. But other than that, you can summon pretty much any fusion from your graveyard, and this card is equipped to it. And what's cool about this is that if you were to summon, if you were to summon Dystopia with the effects of this card, you can then go ahead and activate, which I'll show off here in a second. You can activate you can activate polymerization, send this card to the graveyard to summon Dustopia, and the negative effect of Refusion will not activate. That's what's cool about this deck, is the fact that you're able to not only keep your fusions in your graveyard and you can just summon them over and over again, but you're also able to make sure that you don't banish your cards, because this deck, because with this deck, you're not running Allure of Darkness, you're not running DDR, you're not running any of those cards. That's why Refusion is just so busted in this deck. Again, is because of the fact that, again, you can target Dystopia, activate polymerizations, and send both the cards to the grave. And again, his negative effect won't trigger. So again, and then also too, again, 3 poly is I don't even need to say anything about polymerization. It's polymerization. And then last but not least, Mass Change. Nothing too crazy there. And the only trap fusion card that I'm running is the 1 copy of D-Fusion. And the reason why I'm only running one copy is because I didn't have any extra room, no pun intended, for a second copy. So, and plus, these cards are plenty enough for the deck anyway. So yeah. And now for the rest for the rest of the trap cards, I have double copies of Destiny Signal, which is really good because you can special summon a Destiny hero from your deck. Double copies of Eternal Dread for the effects of Clock Tower Prison. So essentially with these two, you're guaranteed to not take any damage if you have Clock Tower Prison on board. And then last but not least, 2 copies of D-Time. So when you want to, so if you activate Match Change, and I actually figured this out when I was test playing this deck on Nexus. If you have this card face down and you have, like, say, Solid Soldier on board, you can activate Match Change, send Solid Soldier to the graveyard, summon out Diane, activate D-Time, because Solid Soldier was sent to the grave. You can add a Destiny hero from your deck to your hand. That's one of the big things about this deck, is that there's always recovery time for you to make your board. So that's pretty good. Alright, you guys, now for the extra deck. So first up, I have 2 copies of Destiny hero Dusktopia. This is basically what I meant when I talked about having 1 copy of Dogma and Plasma on in the deck. When you fusion summon him, when this card is fusion summoned, or rather, so when he's fusion summoned, if you have Dogma and Plasma in your hand, you can send them to the graveyard, and you can automatically summon Destiny and Dragoon, which is one of the main monsters you want to have on board, because it has the Red Eyes Dragoon effect, where you can target one of your opponent's monsters, destroy it, and they take damage equal to that monster's points. I think the downside with him is that he can't attack, if I remember right. Let me take a look. Let's see. Let me read off its effect. A fusion summon of this card can only be done with the above materials. Like that's been well established. Once per turn, you can target one of your You can target one monster your opponent controls, destroy that target, and if it was face up, inflict damage to your opponent equal to the attack it had on the field. Yeah, so basically he can't conduct his battle phase. You can't attack with him with his effect, which is a downside, but you can still essentially attack for game next round if you know how this deck works. And then of course also the one copy of Dystopia, again, excellent way to deal damage, really good. Now the card that I'm going to show you guys was reprinted as a Prismatic Secret Rare in the 2020 Tin of Lost Memories. Luckily, I actually still have the original Super Rare from Dark Neostorm, but people are, I know, but a lot of you guys are probably going to comment below questioning why I'm running this card. Destiny Hero Dominance. So what's cool about Destiny Hero Dominance is that he can essentially give you a +1. So once per turn, you can excavate the top 5 cards of your deck, and you can arrange them in any order you want. That way, you're guaranteed to go full combo next turn. And with him, because that he's a 2900 beater, you can just run through pretty much almost anything, and you can get a +1 off of it. And when you go to main phase 2, you can go full combo, set up your board, set up your back row, and you could just pass turn, and your opponent essentially won't be able to play Yu-Gi-Oh at that point. That's why I'm running the one Dominance. That one copy is because you can use the excavation effect over and over again each turn, which is really good. Alright, you guys, and now for the Masked Heroes. First up, I have the one copy of Anki. This is a cool searcher to get a really cool card to search out Mass Change, but because that I'm running one of the Link monsters I have pretty much gets out Mass Change from the graveyard, you really don't need his effect, but he's still a really good 2800 beater. Masked Hero Darklaw. This is basically Call by the Grave. A lot of people will say, "Oh, Darklaw sucks." No, this card's good. This card is good. He is a Call by the Grave. So even if you were to activate Dominance effect with him on board, your opponent can't Ash you, because once they use Ash, it gets banished right off the bat. So essentially, there's nothing they can do. Then I'm also running the one copy of Masked Hero Divine Winds. This is another really cool card that gives you a +1. But the biggest upside with this card is that your opponent can only attack with one monster during their battle phase, which is really good. Sorry about that. I had to take a sip of my soda. Anyway, but yeah. He forces your opponent to only attack with one monster, and when he destroys an opponent's monster by battle and sends it to the graveyard, you get a +1. You get to draw a card. That's it. And then of course for the last Masked Hero, I actually do not have the card, but I will be running it once I'm able to get my hands on it, which I could get it easily off from Toon Chaos, which I have not opened up yet. And that card is Masked Hero Diane. What's cool about Diane is that when she destroys an opponent's monster by battle and it's sent to the graveyard, you can special summon a hero from your deck. Any hero. I believe the hero has to be 4 stars or less, but you can summon pretty much any hero you want, which is really good. And you could again go full combo, Mass Change, poly, whatever. This card is really good. And that's literally it for the fusions. So, and then the only Xyz monsters that I'm running in the deck are the one copy of Tornado Dragon and the one Ga Cowboy. And the reason why I'm running these two is because Tornado Dragon, excuse me, Tornado Dragon can pop your opponent's back row, in which you want to maximize using this card as quickly as you can, while at the same time preserving its effect. So when you do need to use it, you can go ahead and actually use the effect. And then Ga Cowboy is basically is actually the rebound with for the effects of Destiny and Dragoon. So you can if your opponent had had lost a measly 200 life points, and it's your turn again, and you summon Destiny and Dragoon, you can activate his effect, destroy one of your opponent's monsters, deal them say 72 say 7,000 points of damage, and then you can activate Cowboy's effect, detach one of his materials, and if he's in defense mode, you deal 800 damage for game. Which, again, combos for days with this deck. And then the only Link monsters I'm running in the extra are the one copy of Dread Decimator, Wonder Driver, which is the one that I had mentioned, for the search, and then the two copies of Assault, Two Tails of the Noble Knights. One thing that I will say though, I'm thinking about switching out one copy of Dustopia and replacing it with say Elemental Hero the Shining, just because with Shining the only thing you need is one Elemental Hero and a light monster. That's all you need. So I'm thinking about cutting this for the Shining. But let me know in the comments below what you guys think, if I should do that. But that is going to do it for this video. That's going to do it for this deck profile. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you guys smash that thumbs up button. If you guys are new to the channel and you guys want to see more and you guys love to see these kinds of deck profiles, definitely hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell so you guys do not miss out on any new content that comes your way. And be sure to follow me on Twitter and Instagram. The links are down in the description below. And on that, this is your boy Nash, signing out.